Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Monday Morning Art Talk. I'm Steven Silver, character designer and teacher, dedicated to helping you learn about the art industry and living up to your potential. Whippy! All right, welcome to another Monday Morning Art Talk. Happy New Year to everyone as we enter this new decade. Today, I want to talk about just New Year's resolutions and goals and just making goals in general. And one of those goals I just want to mention, if you're interested, on February 1st, I am doing a caricature workshop in Burbank to teach you how to pick up your speed in drawing caricatures, in drawing in general, and also being able to make a living as an artist doing this, because it leads into other careers. That's what it did for me. Caricatures led to my character design career, because caricature and character design are the exact same thing. You can find out some more information below. But today I wanted to discuss the importance of setting the New Year's goals and resolutions. And the thing that happens a lot of the time is people, unfortunately, do just wait till, okay, I'm gonna just set my New Year's resolution or goal because it's the new year. When in fact, you really should be doing this all throughout the year, just at different phases, writing it down, because we never should just have one goal. We never should just have one thing that we're doing. There should be many things that we're doing on a constant basis. A lot of things you're going to do aren't going to come to fruition. I feel like a lot of times people don't even start writing goals or determine what they want to do, because in their mindset, you're already telling yourself that this is going to just be, it's a long-term goal. It's so far off into the future. It's not even going to happen until this happens for me. It won't happen until that happens for me. And so they don't even make the goal in the first place, because they just feel that it's unattainable. The reality is, in my belief, is just that you should always be setting goals on whether you're going to attain them or not. Just set them. And why do you want to set those goals? Why is it important just to write things down and say, I want to get better at this year. I want to be working here this year. I want to travel there this year. Because you put the ball in motion. And that's the most important thing you've done. The most important thing you can ever do is plant the seed. You don't know by planting the seed whether something is going to turn out. We just got one of those chia pets not too long ago, right? Those little things that grow, that little, it was just the little clay things, and you put the seeds on them, and the chia grows from it. The little weeds grow from it. It was actually a Bob Ross chia pet that was given to us as a gift. So my daughter puts it on there, and that was the goal, to hopefully get Bob Ross's hair chia pet to grow out all nice and big. It didn't happen, unfortunately. We didn't put enough paste on it, but whatever happened, it just became a disaster. It barely grew. Nothing came out of it. We kept the thing, threw off all the stuff that didn't work, but we got little Bob Ross, as a little thing. The reality is, it was a goal. The goal was to just get this chia pet going. We at least started it. Did it work out? No, but at least we started something in the hopes that something will work out. And I think that's the most important lesson of all. It's just to start things in the hope and the desire that this resolution, this New Year's resolution, this goal, this thing that you want to attain and achieve just might happen. We don't know. We don't know by you all of a sudden planting that seed, setting that goal, making sure that you are attending to it, making sure that you are nurturing it, that something might come from it or lead to something else. That's the hope. And I think that's the most important thing to take out of this, is just to get that started. So you may be working on your new portfolio. This might be part of your goal. Maybe a New Year's resolution. Maybe you want to create a children's book this year. Maybe you want to set up at a convention and you want to sell something, prints at a convention. That's part of a New Year's resolution, a New Year's goal. That's something that you just kind of want to get going. You want to just apply to try to get a table somewhere. You've never done it before. Again, maybe there's a certain class that you want to take. Maybe there's a certain place you want to visit. All I can tell you is just start writing these things down. And more importantly, keep repeating the process in your head. How do you constantly make this thing show up in your mind? You have to write it down in a visual place where you will visually see it every single day. My visual place is my bathroom mirror, because I look at my bathroom mirror every day when I brush my teeth in the morning and when I go to bed at night and brush my teeth. That's when I start to see it. So what I would advise you to do is get one of those little markers, those whiteboard markers. Just go buy a cheap one somewhere, wherever you want. If you don't already have one, buy one of those and write on your bathroom mirror, because it erases very easily. Whatever you do, don't use a permanent marker. But on a mirror, it might still just wipe off anyway. But write these things down. And that way you just start to see it. And it becomes more of a belief system. Is that you believe that this is something you want to attain. That my New Year's resolution, my New Year's goal, my goal in general is of this thing that I just want to attain. And it's like, who was it? W. Clement Stone, I believe, said, aim for the moon, and even though you may just settle and land on a star, so to speak, the reality is aim high. Aim for something high, because even if you land on a star, you've still done pretty well for yourself. And that's a good place to be, instead of not having these goals, not having these resolutions, not following through, not making these things happen. There's nothing good about that. What's good about that? How is that ever going to help your story? It's not. So what I want to just share with you for this new year is to really just think about what you want to attain in this future, in this life. This is your story, your book. You get to write your book. You get to create the story. And if it means that you're struggling at something, well, what are those struggles that you need to face and you need to work with? And you write them down. Piece by piece will bring you peace. And this is the thing that you want to really focus on, is just don't look at the whole big picture as a whole. Just know that it's going to take pieces in order to make your puzzle and build it for you there. And that's the important thing. Forget about last year. We are in a brand new decade now. We are in 2020. Here we are, guys. 2020, whole new decade until 2030. All right, which is going to be amazing too. But look for the next 10 years. I mean, even if you look at the next 10 years and go, the next 10 years, it's not that far away. It's going to be here before you know it. Those 10 years, before you know it, it's going to be 2022. Then it's going to be 2025. Then 2027, 2030. And a whole decade of what we're going to experience in this growth as a world, as a nation, as a country, as a just planet. So many things are going to happen in technology and everything else in this next 10 years. Is going to blow your mind where we're going to be in 10 years from now. What can you do to contribute to that, to be a part of it and know, hey man, 10 years, let me set a nice 10-year goal. This is the next 10 years. Maybe you're 20 years old right now. So in 10 years, you're going to be 30. Maybe you're 30, you're going to be 40. Maybe you're 40, you're going to be 50. See what, is that I want to have a family? I want to buy a house. I want to buy a car. I want to lease a car. I want to start my own business. I want to create my own ... Whatever that thing may be. That's what you got to think about whenever you're going to start just working on something that you want. And this is what New Year's resolutions are all about. So please write them down, put them into action, and don't just write it down put it aside and say, I made a New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution, I set goals all during the year, but one of my resolutions this year are just to do more speaking engagements. That's what I want to do. That's what I love, because I'm a teacher. That's what I am. That's what I love to do. So that's part of my goal, is just amongst the other things that are just going to happen. And of course, I want to just make sure that I'm always just taking care of my family. And I'm wishing just hopefully having a healthy, new year. Just making sure that I'm not just pounding junk into my system. I like my junk food, but I got to limit it. And that's something that I got to be conscious of and aware of. But set those little things again, and piece by piece will bring you peace. Piece by piece, you're going to get there. Don't let it just stop you from even starting. So make sure you just start. Think big. Shoot for the moon. All right. So thanks for watching, guys. And keep in mind, again, I have my caricature workshop, full day workshop. If you sign up before January 10th, you're going to save $50 because it's $50 off before that point. You could go to silvertunes.com, go to the workshop section, and you'll see the caricature workshop. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year. I wish you guys a great one, and I'll talk to you next week. Take care. To learn more about my Skype mentorships and workshops, please visit silvertunes.com, and if you like, sign up for my mailing list where you'll be notified of any upcoming workshops or events. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll talk to you next week.